Hey everybody. So we are just out taking a stroll. I'm on the Canon EOS M100. Oh, it is Wisconsin. It is also about 31 degrees and we have some dedication. I don't know if you can see him back there, but there is somebody disc golfing in this weather. So today we are going to talk about cameras and their specific use. Basically, whatever camera you're looking for, it really depends on what you're going to use it for. If you're just going to do, sitting at a desk talking head kind of stuff, then basically, you can go with a fairly cheap camera. Like I'm using a Canon EOS M100 right now, which for what I'm doing, I wouldn't recommend it. It's one of the reasons why we're going to do this today. I like to walk around our parks and stuff, and the Canon EOS M100 has no in-body stabilization, so no IBIS. As you can see, we are bouncing around all over the place. I am on the 22 millimeter Tony 2, so there is that. Canon does have the great dual pixel autofocus, but when you're walking around, as you can see, it's just jittery and not great. You bounce around, it gets really annoying. I've spent like the last probably month just researching cameras to the point where I'm having brain overload. But I think I've settled on the camera that I'm going to use and get. So hopefully the next video we'll be using that. It is a Panasonic G85. And I know a few of you are gonna be like, oh, but the Panasonic autofocus is horrible, which I would agree. It is pretty terrible. But when you're doing stuff like this on the Panasonic, ooh, the sun's coming out. I'm probably getting washed out. When you're doing stuff like this, where you're walking around, you don't necessarily need autofocus. The G85 has a feature where you can put it in manual focus and then just tap on the screen on your face and it'll lock right on there. It's not like you're moving in and out and stuff like that where the autofocus has to capture you. When you're doing a vlog or anything like this, you're pretty much in the middle of the screen, so the autofocus isn't really something that is necessarily needed, but it's nice to have. The problem is you're never going to find a perfect camera unless you're willing to spend $4,000. And if you're spending $4,000 on a vlogging camera, you need to reevaluate your decisions. So mainly we were taking this out today just to check the autofocus on it, see how the autofocus held up. We are at a very, very wide angle 22, but as you can see, there's a car driving by. Ooh, get his plates. Now he's Tony. The using 22, especially when you're using a crop sensor camera, obviously you're going to bump that up. So with the Panasonic G85, we'll go to a wider angle lens because the G85 obviously has a 2x crop on it. So if you're using a kit lens at 14, it's actually 28 millimeter. You really have to get your camera out there then. The thing that I really like about the G85 is the IBIS. It's almost unbeatable. I know the G95 went up to the IBIS 2. The problem is you can get the G85 now for less than $400 for the body, where the G95 you cannot buy it new without a lens, and so you're looking at about $900, and that's really the only major upgrade, other than they added the log picture profile on there for color correction, but you can put that on a G85 as well. So in my opinion, it just seems smarter to get the G85 at the lower price point. But like I said, it all depends on what you want to use your camera for. If you are looking to become a short filmmaker, or that's what you're going to mainly use your camera for, I mean, you definitely will probably want to go up to a higher price point. Maybe look into a Sony. I personally use Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera for when I shoot all my films. But just do some in-depth, spec diving on cameras and find the one that best suits you. You don't necessarily need everything. Ooh, getting washed out from the sun. You gotta love Wisconsin winters. Just get the best camera that works for you. The thing that's most important is just actually start filming. Go out and film something. You can start with your phone if you want to. Obviously, you're not going to get all the great features that you would get with a camera that's made for doing that specifically, but you can, as long as you start somewhere, then you're going to be okay. Another reason why I wanted to do this video today is one of the downfalls of the Canon M100 is it doesn't have an external mic jack. And so I picked up a new wireless mic system that I'm testing out with this. So that was another reason why I wanted to do this video. So hopefully in the next video we'll have the new camera. It won't be as shaky, and I will do a review on that camera, and depending upon how that works out, I may still use the Canon EOS M here, M100, for doing my talking head videos at my desk. I have to test out the G85 and see how that goes, but hopefully next time I'll remember to bring my ND filter. But that's all I got for you today. Be good, everybody.